Yeah, that's fascinating. And just to wrap up, I know that you're really good at crafting offers in not too
Hmm.
many words. And that's something that's been a taboo. I don't know if it is that much in the US, but here in Brazil, what is a perfect offer? What is a very high compelling, high converting offer? All that stuff is people start
Hmm.
going into bonuses, blah, blah, blah. And one of the things that I've always said is, it's a simple equation that you have to understand. What you are selling has more value perceived and real than the price that's being asked of it. That's essentially what it is, in my point of view. Obviously, you get into the details and the nuances and all that stuff that comes with
Hmm.
years and years of experience. So just to wrap up, if you can, if not, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
To
No.
to tell
Here,
that story of the one word offer.
sure. Here's the one word offer, and then I'll end with what I've learned that I'm doing now that's had the most significant impact financially on me and also has been the most freeing and fun. So the one word offer goes like this. It's about 50 years BC, Rome. Julius Caesar is emperor of Rome, and the way Rome grew is by conquering other countries. So they'd conquer you, they'd absorb you, they'd absorb your people, your land, your culture. And at the time, there was a benefit to being a Roman citizen because you had democracy and you had Roman roads. You spoke Latin, so a common language, a common currency, and you had the protection of the Roman army. It was, no one's going to mess with you if you're a Roman citizen. Now, the drawback, though, is your children, your sons, would become Roman soldiers, and most of them died. But if they were good and they were loyal, they'd be granted Roman land and Roman citizenship. And that's what the countries that Rome conquered promised you. But over time, they just forgot. Sometimes they wouldn't issue the citizenship, and a bunch of um, Germanic tribes were pissed off at Caesar and Rome, and they were marching and they were going to sack Rome. It's a big army going there to get what was promised to them. And at the last moment, Caesar stood up and he shouted to the crowds, civitas, civitas, which translates into citizenship. In other words, he granted everyone citizenship with one word. And the whole point is there's no such thing as a one word offer or one word close, not really, but part of our brand, whether it's a book, the stories we tell, any content we create, all need to lead your right fit audience to the close, the sale. And that's really what the one word offer is. So now, excuse me, if you're Jay-Z or Madonna or pick your favorite band. Excuse me.
No problem. It happens to me every once in a while.
Recovering from a cold, but
Take your time.
if
No,
someone Apple comes out with a new computer, one more time.
take your time, Mike.
Sorry.
No, I know how it is. There's
All
times
right.
that I've been like 5 minutes and it's just stuck in there and it just doesn't go down.
All right.
Just sit.